everybody, welcome to week 4 of our Q&A with candidate Melissa Hebert. We're getting close to the wire here with our election day of Saturday, May 10th. Can't wait to see everyone down there. This week we'd like to bring you guys to the Long Lake area, as Melissa has told us the last couple weeks about how much she loves this area. So if you could just elaborate on why you love the lake so much.
Sure, it'd be my pleasure. So I grew up on the lake on Cedar Road up on the hill over there. When I moved here, it was predominantly kind of a cottage town. People bought houses here to stay for the summer, and over time they realized this is an absolutely great place to live. So we've seen those cottages get replaced by newer homes, the roads get paved, and this has brought some new life into the lake area. Now, the lake itself is a beautiful, peaceful, quiet place full of nature, which everyone can enjoy. In the summer, the beach fills up with people, and there's swimming and sailing lessons available to everyone, and there's events around the lake like the Long Lake Cleanup, or movies at the lake, or Lake-a-Palooza. All sorts of fun things happen down here that everyone can enjoy. In the winter, the lake freezes over, and it's very popular to see people ice fishing, or playing ice hockey, or taking their snowmobiles out here. I know when I was raised here, my dad had me out there playing ice hockey almost every single weekend.
But there's more to it than that. There's actually a really amazing project that happened here by the lake in the wetland park, and it's pretty cool. It's educational as well, and so I thought it would be a great idea to have the general manager of the Littleton Water Department, Savas Danos, join us and tell us about that project. So we'll be meeting him in just a minute.
That's awesome. We should head over.
Savas, thanks so much for joining us here to talk about the Long Lake Stormwater Retrofit Project. It would be great if you could take us through a little bit how the project got started and some of the results that were realized.
Yes. Behind us is what's called the Wetlands Park, which is one part of the Long Lake Retrofit Stormwater Project. You did that well.
Thank you.
Well. And basically the concept was that Long Lake, as well as many urban environments, it was a built-up neighborhood post Korean War, I believe, or even World War II. And back in those days, and still today in many areas, stormwater is a function mostly in rural towns of taking it from the roads and discharging it to the nearest water body. And since the lake is at the bottom of the hills, it was very easy to have a stormwater conveyance system into the lake. There are 19 discharges into Long Lake on this section, from the town beach to Aspen Road. And those discharges bring nutrients, bacteria, and other contaminants from urban runoff, stormwater runoff. This was a demonstration project to show how a community could retrofit, if you will, an existing neighborhood and put in structures which are called low-impact development best management practices, and distribute them throughout the area to, in fact, capture the stormwater the first flush, attenuate the stormwater, meaning decrease the nutrient content, and then discharge that stormwater back into the lake to replenish the lake. And this is an example of that, what we call the Wetlands Park.
So when I was growing up, I grew up on the hill over here on Cedar Road, and I saw, obviously the rainwater, just like you said, comes right down. Sometimes you see colors, interesting things going down, and so before the project, that was just going right into the lake. Correct. Not good. And then this project helps kind of in an environmentally safe way, just cleanse that water and then naturally put it back into the lake.
It's simple as that, exactly. One of the big concepts in what are called the BMP LID stormwater management strategies is to first slow down the velocity of the water.
Yep.
And by doing that, things drop out. This structure has a forebay, which the drains run from this area run into the forebay. In that forebay, it's a deep basin. The sediments and the nutrients drop out, and then from the forebay, the water goes into the main park here. And in the main park, aquatic vascular plants, emergent plants grow, and they suck up the nutrients, and then the cleaner water, ends up going into the lake.
And how was this project funded?
I'm happy to say that this project was funded by two funding opportunities. One was a 319 grant program from the state of Massachusetts, DEP and DCR, and that paid for 2/3 of the cost. The last third of the cost was paid for through cell tower income. Now in Littleton, we have a very innovative program where many of the cell tower sites in town, the money goes either to conservation to buy land for protection of our resources, and or to the Clean Lakes Committee to manage our water resources. And so we use the Clean Lakes Committee monies through the cell tower account to in fact be the town's match for this project.
Ah, fantastic. So basically you're able to fund this earth-shattering project here, at least for us, without impact to the townspeople.
That's correct.
That's great. All right, well, why don't we take a look inside the park and just get a closer look. Savas, could you tell us a little bit more about the results that were achieved here?
Yes. Because of this project, specifically in Wetland Park, we've seen a reduction in the nutrient input into Long Lake between 80 and 95% of the times, reduction in nitrogen and phosphorus discharges, as well as over 95% reduction in the amount of suspended solids. And nitrogen, phosphorus, specifically phosphorus, it's naturally occurring, but its major sources in a lake area like this are fertilizers, detergents, and things of that nature. So before the Wetland Park was here, those nutrients were discharged directly into the lake. Now those nutrients are settling out with the sediment and being taken up by the plant life, and so the plants are living here rather than those plants living in the lake. But if you come in sometimes you see a large green slime on top of the water and a lot of plants. Well, that's good because that green slime is a blue-green algae or possibly green algae, and those algae in the plants are taking up the nutrients so that those algal blooms don't occur in the lake to the degree. They still do because we haven't trapped all of the discharges from the lake. We're taking about 5 of the 19 drains in this project. And the future is to add smaller but additional projects along the lakefront, which we haven't had an opportunity to do yet, but something we're looking to do in the future. Continue this program along Lakeshore Drive so we capture more of the stormwater structures and again do retrofits of those.
That's fantastic. And it's a lovely place to come and look around, enjoy the wildlife. We just saw some turtles, there's usually some interesting birds and all sorts of things.
Some fish come in here, some fingerlings come in here to nurture. And so it does provide not only stormwater management and nutrient uptake, but also provides, as you said, environment for a diverse environment for the various species that populate the lake area.
That's wonderful. I love this place. You guys should definitely come down and check it out. Do some research online. There's actually some information about the project on the Water Department's website.
Correct.
So definitely check that out. And Savas, I'd like to say you've been the general manager for the Littleton Water Department for 20 years now, and we'd really like to thank you. I've been enjoying your work for a long time, so thanks for all your hard work and the great results.
Thank you very much.
Well, that wraps it up for week 4 of our Q&A with candidate Melissa Hebert. Again, we want to thank Savas for coming out and telling us all about this amazing project here down at the lake, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.